Would you pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to build a single flight of stairs?
Well, before you answer that, you might want to sit down because your tax dollars are paying for just that.
The I-Team's Jermont Terry exposes a costly staircase at the federal courthouse in downtown Milwaukee. And yes, you paid for it, Jermont.
Mike, this staircase will cost more than most homes in our area. When the I-Team found out more renovations were underway at the historic federal building, we wanted to know one thing. How much is it all costing? And that answer did not come easy. We waited months for the federal government to reveal the price. An expensive price tag on the staircase you will never get a chance to step foot on.
This is the new flooring.
Workers just finished installing Leslie Iverson's new and shiny hardwood floors in her Mequon home. Do you love your new floor? Talk about that.
Yeah, I love my new floor. I mean, I can actually clean it.
There's more work she wants done.
These counters are probably from the early 80s.
But like most homeowners, Leslie needs to make sure renovations, including finishing up her deck, don't get too pricey. Are you watching your budget?
Yeah, we have to.
As this mother watches her dollars, she's left to wonder if her tax dollars are being spent wisely, especially after the I-Team told her about what's happening in downtown Milwaukee here at the federal courthouse.
This is the area where the construction will take place. This is the footprint where the stairway will happen.
And here's a look at the nearly $500,000 staircase getting built at U.S. Attorney Jim Santel's office. Can you understand why the I-Team is asking you such serious questions about money at this time?
Absolutely, and that's why I invited you in. That's why we're talking about this.
This internal staircase is designed to connect the U.S. Attorney's 5th and 6th floors, and it's generating much talk.
This is some stinky cheese right here.
Chris Kleisman runs the Citizen Watchdog Group. He looks out for government waste.
I say thanks, I-Team, because you know what? I watch these things and I didn't know about it. And if a guy who spends as much time looking at this stuff as I do doesn't know about it, how is anyone else going to know?
Santel showed us around and explains why he believes this staircase, despite being expensive, is essential. He points out 3 reasons security tops his list. What is the security risk that you're speaking of?
I'm not speaking about a security risk of a gun or even of a knife.
Safety and efficiency rounds out the 3.
I think all of them legitimate.
Currently, staffers who work on the 6th floor of the U.S. Attorney's office must enter into a public hallway, then walk down 1 flight of stairs. This staircase is shared with the public. The staff member must then enter a code before entering a secure area on the 5th floor. Santel argues tearing a hole into the floor and building the staircase will keep private documents secure.
We are doing this to protect information, to protect the safety and security of government employees.
It's ludicrous to suggest that I can't carry a secure document in a folder up the existing staircase or elevator.
How do we spend $500,000 on 1 staircase for the issue of security, safety, and efficiency when it's been operating this way for years?
Sure. And it's a good question. And the answer is that not only have we done this in a way that is fiscally conservative, but we've also done it thoughtfully.
Why now? We're in the midst of sequester. There is no more money.
While work has started, Santel insists this was paid for and designated from his 2010 budget, well before the federal cuts. If you made this request today for this staircase, do you think you would get it?
Would not.
The U.S. Attorney argues he cannot stop this $500,000 project.
But the reality is that we're spending money. We've already spent the money, candidly, to make this happen 3 years ago.
That's baloney. That's baloney. Everybody knows what happens in the real world. The money gets reallocated to the next most important use.
Back in February, the I-Team uncovered another expensive project you paid for at the federal courthouse. The government renovated an empty courtroom to the tune of $2.4 million.
I cannot comment on the legitimacy or the focus of the new federal courtroom here. I can tell you this is completely functional.
And while this internal staircase will likely be put to use, taxpayers and homeowners like Leslie Iverson wonders if it's the best use of public funds.
I could probably call one of my contractors and had that staircase built for probably 10% that much. I mean, it's nuts.
Now, U.S. Attorney Santel did provide me with a portion of an evaluation report from 1997. In this report, it outlines what his office needs to do in securing documents. He says 16 years later, his office is finally addressing the problems. But critics insist there hasn't been a security risk with documents ever, and this $500,000 staircase is just too much.
Fascinating look at these expensive, a new staircase.
Got that right.
Thank you, Jermont.
One more